What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got one here by the Financial Coffee Channel. And yeah, this is where Americans are living in sheds and tents because the cost of living is insane. So let's get into this.
Welcome back to another episode of Shit You Do When You're Single and You Have No Kids. Yes, I just woke up. So I want to tell you guys how I slept the first night in the trailer. And don't say nothing about my saggy titties. I just woke up, okay? I peed for the first time. Not in my life, but in the RV. I used the toilet in the RV. Anyways, it was pretty simple, Took a little leak and there's a little step flush little thing, and we used that. Well, today we're going to learn about the water. I had to wash my hands the ghetto way with my bottle and the little hand soap because I haven't figured out the water system yet.
Yo, my name is Phoenix Rising. I'm 23, and this is my second day being homeless in a tent.
Family of 8 living in a tent in a 24-foot camper. You ever been so broke that you started budgeting out toilet paper squares with 6 kids, 3 dogs, and 2 exhausted parents?
So I am homeless. Yes, let's get into it. And now I don't have a place to live. So I am probably going to be living here in a tent until I can figure out another safe place for me to stay at.
This is just my life. And I'm sharing it because I'm scared and I'm alone. I'm also 11 weeks pregnant and I don't know what the I'm gonna do.
Oh,
I just need some help. Thank you. There's no shelters here either or in Campbell River, so now I'm living in a tent and I'm scared. Cooking noodles has never been a
dude, you're pregnant and living in a tent? Jeez. Yeah, in your own country. Wow. I hope the father, your father of your child's around, but doesn't look, I don't know. Jeez.
And trying to keep a fire going. I was not as prepared as I thought I was to keep the fire going.
Welcome to America, people. Welcome to my new home in the woods. I just got my house set up. I have two jobs. And in those 2 jobs, I currently make more than my ex-husband and I made in the first 10 years of our marriage combined. And yet, I can't find a place to live. But I'm 52 and single and living in a tent. I'll probably spend a bunch of time with you guys here.
I wouldn't even want to get married if it wasn't for the Twilight soundtrack. I want to give you what I am, who you are. Like, first of all,
Yo, you could afford all those piercings? I'm just trying to figure out what the hell. Jeez. That's why, yeah, I'm just like, go overseas. It's, jeez.
What is that? What is this?
Yeah.
She's very delusional. She actually said that she doesn't want to be married. You can't make this up, people. Let's be honest here. What man in his right mind would want to marry that? I mean, she looks like a train wreck and a whole mess. I know we are not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but we do it all the time anyway. We judge people by how they look, by how they dress, by how they talk, and by how they sound. Does she look like she has her life together? I mean, come on now. Guys, I've never seen anybody with those kinds of piercings and who has their life together. The simple fact that she's homeless is not an accident and didn't happen overnight. It's an illustration of how messy her life is.
You do when you ain't got no kids and you're single. Yeah. So I just bought a freaking RV trailer. I just bought. I got a Scamp RV trailer, 16 feet, refrigerator, kitchen, bathroom. We lit in this. I'm really excited, but I'm really nervous. Like I know a lot, but I don't know anything. Oh, my baby's in here too. Let me show you guys. Look at my son. Hi, baby. He's probably like, what the is she? What she got us into now?
Tent finally gave up on us, y'all. Let's put up a new one.
Being homeless is no joke. Being homeless in a tent, no joke. Y'all, this is real wild. And I'm mainly saying this really like we set this up probably like 3 or 4 days ago, and it's already broken, y'all. No, it didn't collapse on the cats. Nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to anything or anybody, y'all. The tent like moved over a little bit and ripped a piece of like the corner part out. So like there's a big hole in the corner of it now. Yes, our brand new tent, y'all.
Yo, my name is Phoenix Rising. I'm 23, and this is my second day being homeless in a tent. I've struggled with homelessness since June of this year. I was in shelters, women's shelters. I was staying at friends, but I haven't had my own home since June. And on November the 6th, I was staying with the father of my child. We have a daughter that I placed in foster care in August of this year here in Courtney on Vancouver Island. On November 6th, I was staying with her dad in Morinville, Alberta, and his entire apartment building burned down. He wasn't the owner, he just rented a unit there. Red Cross helped us for 10 days with the hotel, gave us money for food and water and clothes. Food and clothes, not water. And he didn't have insurance, so after that we were left on our own to either stay at shelters or with family. I don't have family. He didn't have many options for family. He's staying with his brother for a week now. The one family member I did have an option to, there's a possibility of running into my childhood abuser there, so I couldn't go there. I couldn't be in that town. There's no shelters available in St. Albert, Morinville, Edmonton, Calgary.
Damn, the house burned down? What? How did that house get burned down? And you said in day one that you're pregnant? And then you gave up your other child too? Jeez.
And it's cold as over there. So I decided to come down here to Courtney, where at least it's a little warmer.
So me and Pops had our first night in our trailer last night. Pops, how did you sleep? True, me too. Yeah, this bed is hardest. Okay. But most RV beds are hard, so it's cool. I'm gonna go to Walmart and get a topper today.
Okay. Wow.
Family of 8 living in a tent in a 24-foot camper by choice. You ever been so broke that you started budgeting out toilet paper squares? Gave up the house, gave up the bills, gave up the fake identity that was really just a paycheck to paycheck and panic attack. We worked 70 hours a week to live a life that we can't even enjoy. So now we're doing it different. Budget style, chaos, hot dogs and hustle, baby, with 6 kids, 3 dogs, and 2 exhausted parents.
There's multiple issues at play here.
Whoa. 6 kids, 2 dogs. Even the dogs are a lot to, feed. Wow. It's crazy.
I was living in a seasonal place that I had to move out of this week because it's like a summer cottage hotel place, and she needs to make money. And that place was $1,800 a month, and I still had to pay to put my stuff in storage. What does a girl do? I'm not going to quit my job right now, or jobs. No way. So I already had camping equipment from during the pandemic. Figured, why don't I attempt to romanticize this shit out of my life and make my home outside for the summer, because otherwise I'm just going to cry. And I got pretty twinkle light, so it shouldn't be too terrible. The fact that I'm 52 and single and people don't want to rent even a 1-bedroom to a single person. And can I blame them? As much as it sucks, what if I lose my job? The world's losing their jobs. At least if they rent to 2 people, there's a chance they'll get their rent. So even if I can afford to pay to live somewhere, I can't find a place. This isn't ideal when you're working 2 jobs. And it's not super close to work, but it's fine. There's no traffic. But I'm 52 and single and living in a tent. I'll probably spend a bunch of time with you guys here.
Anyway, back to what I was saying before, y'all, we have literally been through like 4 air mattresses and literally just gave up. We have a twin air mattress and we got that when we got here. Our kids have been sleeping on that. Luckily, we got that last minute. The one that we had before that the kids were sleeping on literally had got a hole in it. So we got extremely lucky with this one. So the boys sleep on there and we sleep on the floor, and it's rocky as shit. My hips hurt like, but it is what it is, and we have a place to stay, and that's the only thing that I care about. Honestly, I just can't wait to get the hell out of it and figure out what the hell the purpose. Here's a finished product of this butte. It's a lot bigger than our other one. My husband still has to put over the tarp on top, but here's the inside. My son's crawling around in there already. It's beautiful, and we absolutely love and adore it. Like I said, it may not be perfect to y'all, but it's perfect to us, and it'll do with what we.
Well, good old, America. And yeah, this is this is what it is in the States. I'll be like, yeah. So yeah, and shout out to Financial Coffee Channel. Whew. Yeah, all these people living homeless. And I'm not gonna say whatever, but yeah. It's crazy. All right. If any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video.